blow you won't, I bet your ass be on the floor. Big carbon hit like Mayweather, Tula come through and blow a hoe. Got millions out that rap shit, they hate a bitch, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back in coming, fuck them, I stole the show. Don't run up on that bitch, she a head case, all she do is shoot. I said my
Is this thing on? It's BigMoose TV.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you guys for watching the last podcast. We got some good feedback, so we're very happy for that.
But it was just our friends, so we don't really know if we're actually funny or not.
It's
yet.
fine though. It's fine. It's fine. It'll get there.
We had 140 views though.
I know that's pretty good. How many
think that's pretty
followers or how many subscribers?
21.
Hey.
I don't think it's that bad, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
I think that's pretty good.
So we have a couple of stories we want to share before we start getting into funny shit. Actually, it's all funny, but yesterday we had a cookout or whatever, or Allison did. And of course, everybody that was coming to the cookout, all like 5 of us, were here, and Allison was nowhere to be found for the last like 20 minutes. We were supposed to be there at 4 o'clock. She was like, yep, 4 o'clock. Then she changed it to 5 o'clock. She's like, yeah, I'm running late. So everybody was there at 5 o'clock, and she didn't show up till like 5:30 at her own house. So that was funny. The bar.
We just got to get into it with the bar.
Okay, do you want to...
I forgot his name. Silly Willy Wing Wong
Okay,
Cheerio Dick.
So, we were at Shorty's, by the way, like I will say. Best place.
Yeah, best food, too.
Best food, best bar, best owners, best all of the above.
Yeah, but mostly best food, though, seriously. The food's so good.
The food is really good. So, we were at the bar, and we were sitting outside, because obviously it's been nice outside. And, you know, we're all just in a circle, like, yapping about some random shit. And then these 2 guys come out of nowhere, all right? He had the most... I don't even know what kind of name it was, but it was so funny. And I said, oh, it was like something like makes panties wet or something. Like making like girls wet or something.
I don't know, he was really a crackhead though, like, and actually.
I looked at him and I was like, my panties are pretty fucking dry right now.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell.
And so he was with a friend. Mind you, his friend was also a crackhead. Hopefully they'd never see these videos because that's pretty fucked up. But
I mean, it's true. They definitely
They were funny though. Well, the one guy was. The other one was just talking about how he had a car and a house, and I was like...
Nah, because bro was like, I got a fire whip. Bro pulls up in a fucking 2014 Volkswagen Jetta.
Okay, but the Jettas are nice, though. But
okay,
whatever.
but that's not the fire whip.
That's not even the point. The point is that, like, he just kept dragging it. Like, that
Seriously.
was... He was like... It was so uncomfortable. And then the one guy groped me.
No, that guy was making it way more uncomfortable.
Yeah, he was he spit on my lip, bro, and I started
hepatitis from that.
I did not move. As soon as I felt that spit land on my lip, I was like...
I'd be so upset.
Oh, hell no.
Because he's gross.
I went home, put mad toothpaste on my toothbrush, and went ham and did...
Why would you? Because that's disgusting.
Bro, I was like, bro, did you see me sitting there? Like, I was literally like... I just burped.
No, I could tell you. Everybody was like, once they came over, after a while of them being there, everybody was uncomfortable.
Yeah, like, he was getting so close to me, and I was like, had to lean, like, to my chair. I'm like, bro, back up. Like, what are you doing?
I know, I saw our bro. He moved you.
Yeah.
Right away.
He did.
Shout out Chad.
Bro, for real. Shout out Chad, because that guy, I don't know if you saw, but he deadass, like, grabbed my ass, and I turned around, and I was
Chad
like...
was not having that,
whoa,
though.
and Chad was like, don't do that. Don't touch her.
Unc was not having that.
No, he was not having that shit. But, like, bro didn't even ask. He just said I had a fat ass and then just grabbed it. And I was like, whoa? That's how you get fucking hit. What are you talking about?
Mind you, this man's, like, 48 years old.
Literally, I'm like, you're old enough to be my father. Please chill the fuck out. And so... Anyways, he was pretty funny, though, in the beginning. And then he started getting a little bit too comfortable.
Yeah, he started being really annoying.
Yeah, and then, that was pretty much it for that, right?
No, he was bro was on parole, and it was way past curfew for a fact.
Bro, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and he's talking about how he did 2 years. He said to me that he did 2 years because he called his baby mom 38 times.
Yeah, okay.
To see his daughter. And I looked at him, I said, there is no way. I mean, I don't know how it works. Maybe that is how it works like that. But I did not believe him. There's no way you went to jail for 2 years...
Over calling someone 38 times.
Yeah.
That's like a
harassment charge, maybe. Because my ex-boyfriend has definitely called me well over that.
Yeah.
And he didn't go to jail.
He did some
for
other
no
shit.
2
He
years.
seems crazy. And then when he's reaching his pocket out, he was like, I got something for you guys. I got a friend. I was like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I was like, yo, chill.
Because we're seasoned. We know what that means.
We don't have... no. We're just trying to have a good time. Like... And they were just straight crackheads, bro. Like,
and then after, when we were about to leave, that guy was like, can I get a handshake?
Bro.
He was like, can I get a handshake? I was like, I don't fucking know you, bro.
Bro, they were so weird when I was in there paying my tab or whatever. They both come over to me and they're like, on me, bro. Like, they're on me. And he's like, are you gonna hit me up? And I was like...
No, I am not, actually.
Right? And then the freaking 40-something-year-old came over and he just kept saying shit about my ass and that I was the... What did he say? He just kept saying weird shit and I was like, huh, yeah, like, you could so tell I was uncomfortable. Like, it was the, like... Nah. Because it's not even, like... No. They were missing teeth and shit, like...
No, for real. Straight out of the fucking dumps.
He had True Religion jeans on. He had those Dior Nikes. And I said, them shits are definitely fake.
Oh, yeah, those are fake for sure. And he had the fucking TJ Maxx True Religion on.
Yeah, for sure.
True Religion's out now. Now that once it hits fucking TJ Maxx, really, it's done for.
Speaking of that, remember when Champion was in Walmart?
Yeah, but Champion's still... I mean, I don't wear True Religion just because it's, like, so, like... TJ Maxx coded
I
now.
never really even wore it. I feel like I had
it was cool. It was cool back then, like when it was expensive and shit.
True Religion jeans and some Jordans.
Exactly. It was cool back then.
Yeah, it's not really cool anymore.
No, it's definitely not. But that's pretty much it for the bar. I mean,
yeah, that's
really,
pretty much all that happened.
The guy was really annoying. Like, I wish there was video, like, to prove this, but we were all so drunk, so, like, I don't really remember every little last detail, but I know that they were very annoying.
Yeah. They were just, like...
Then the guy, when we were leaving, he's like, I got a bottle of Jameson and a house. Yeah, no, the fuck you don't.
I literally looked at him, I said, yeah, I don't drink that. He goes, okay, whatever. Bitch, why are you mad?
I know, bro had no teeth in the bottom.
He didn't have any teeth on the top, either.
Ew.
You didn't see that? He's 27 years old. I mean...
Yeah, I really wouldn't keep talking there.
Yeah, like, I mean, I understand, like, people have,
okay, but
going
besides
on, but, like,
the teeth, because I'll look past people's flaws,
no,
to be friends
obviously.
with them, but bro was not cool.
He wasn't. He just kept talking about how he's got a house and how he makes more money than us and how he's got a 2014 Jetta and how...
Whoop-de fucking
nobody
do.
cares.
Nobody gives a
I have
fuck.
a white Nissan Altima that barely runs, bitch.
I have a fucking... old-ass fucking Honda piece of shit van.
Right? And but you have a house, I have a house. Like, what the fuck?
I don't have a Honda. I have a fucking...
I said a house.
No, I said I don't... That's not a Honda. It's
a Dodge.
A Dodge. I'm a fucking idiot.
Dodge Caravan, isn't it? I only know that because of work. Okay, now for our next segment, we're going to do funny childhood stories.
This is all going to be talking about our dad.
Yeah, all these stories are going to be about our dad, so... I have a funny one. If you don't know me, I have a ginormous scar on the right of my knee. And it was because my dad was friends with this guy, and he had four-wheelers at the time, and I was young as hell. Like, I was young. And my dad was like, yeah, like, get on here with me. So he had me sit crisscross applesauce on the four-wheeler. And he hit a ginormous rock. So I ended up falling off of the four-wheeler, and my whole knee went into the... What was it? Like the side of the...
It was like where it's hot. I don't know exactly.
I don't know either, but it was like the side of the four-wheeler, like where that shit gets hot as hell. My whole knee got stuck in it. So now I have a burn scar from that. That one's not really funny. That's a little bit more like traumatic. But my dad did not bring me to the hospital. He just put some Neosporin on that shit, and
you're good.
And a Band-Aid.
Good to go though.
And I remember my dad told me that my mom had said, "Well, now you ruined her chances of being a model."
A model for a fucking Big Mac commercial.
And my dad looked at my mom and was like, "Really, Sabrina?"
No, cause like, what the fuck?
Like, look at me, Mom. Still not a model.
For real.
You're a liar. Do you have any funny stories? You definitely do.
Yeah, I have the one story about when there was mad bugs outside, and Dad fucking gave me a cigar, and he's like, here, take this, and he walked away, and I was like, oh, okay, so smoke this, right? So I fucking smoked that shit, and I was like fucking 12, and I smoked it, and I didn't tell him for mad long. And I remember going back inside, and we had that ceiling fan spinning, and I was sitting on the bed, and I'm like, I definitely have lung cancer. Like, I deadass was not kidding. In that very moment, I knew that I was fucking to be doomed the rest of my life with fucking crippling health anxiety.
And then all of a sudden, randomly, my dad's cigarettes would just start going missing.
All of a sudden, all the butts from his ashtray were, like, gone.
I remember
because I was
picking
smoking
through
them shits. Because I was smoking them shits.
Remember when Dad lived in Rockwood, and we used to take milk, and we used to put a whole Oreo in there, leave it, and then leave and go sleigh riding and go down the hill and then come back into the house and take the Oreo out, and it was all like soggy and crumbly.
And you fucking
and shit.
like mix it around in your milk and you have like Oreo milk. That shit was smack though.
And another time at Rockwood, there's a lot of stories about in Rockwood.
Yeah.
When Dad was taking us extreme sleigh riding, and I
you fucking
smashed
nailed your head.
My dad was telling me to go down the hill. Right, and he had some, like, crazy-ass, like, shit. Like, my dad always did the most. So, I got on the sled, and I spin around. I'm, like, on, like, a, what are those circle ones called? Like, the circle
like
sleds?
a saucer?
Yeah. It was literally with those plastic ones that get really fucking slippery. And he pushes me down it, and I just remember turning around, like, the whole thing, like, flipped me, so I was going backwards, and my dad looking at me, trying to grab me, and his face looked so scared, and the next minute I know I whacked the back of my head off of a tree.
That shit was hilarious, though.
That shit was so funny. These are just, like, you have to vision it in your head, though, because...
Yeah, because it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound funny, but they're hilarious.
It doesn't always have to be funny, though, because...
That's true.
We're just talking about shit that happened in our life. Then I remember one time, Dad took me snowmobile riding, and we got stuck in a fucking... First of all, he's like, this is a trail breaker, and he's like, yeah, we'll be good. We went, like, off the fucking trail on the state trail, and bro fucking completely ran my foot over on the snowmobile, and had us stuck in this, like, little-ass divot for a minute. Remember that time that he got stuck on the Firecat, and he was in the woods for mad long revving the fucking shit? That was at Rockwood.
Was it?
Bro came back freezing. He was pissed. He stayed down there for mad long.
I remember when he used to go out at night, and when I used to go with him, I used to be so scared that we were gonna run out of gas and I was gonna have to stay with the sled. Cause remember that happened with his ex-girlfriend, and she had to stay there, and he had to walk all the way back just to get gas. Oh my god, it scared
I did not want to stand in the fucking middle of the woods at night.
No.
In the fucking pitch dark on the trails and shit. Cause there's like no light out there, obviously.
No, seriously.
Besides the moonlight.
Yeah, and that shit just made it even creepier.
We were destructive, though, because I remember breaking the fucking winch on the four-wheeler.
I was literally just about to say that.
Because we got that shit stuck because we were riding it in the fucking snow and we had 3 snowmobiles.
Remember we'd be so scared to tell Dad that we broke it, and he used to come out and he'd be like, nah,
he'd be pissed.
He'd be pissed.
He used to fuck his shit right up. Now that I'm older, bro, I'm sorry, Dad, because that was...
No, for real, I apologize.
Because I would not want my shit fucking wrecked like that.
Yeah, no. Remember when he lived in Kroger Lake, and he had that swimming pool? We had that swimming pool, and we used to
filled with tadpoles, and we'd jump in it
we would just jump right in it.
I would not do that now. It's so gross, unsanitary.
No, it is, but like we had fun. Remember catching all the salamanders?
You
ran
over?
No, it was so sad. I had a salamander in my hand, and just like my knee, that thing literally sprinted off of my hand and dropped right in that like hot spot. And all I heard was tss, for like 2 seconds,
sad.
And I immediately turned the thing off, like that was gonna automatically cool it down. And I felt so bad because I was like, I didn't mean that, buddy. I'm so sorry.
Right? I hate living in the city now, though. Like, talking about this, like, I hate living in the city.
I know, bro.
It's
I
so
don't even have a backyard. Like,
even having a backyard in the city, like, what am I gonna do about right there in that little bit of space I have? Like, there's nothing to do. Like, and it's on a fucking hill.
And you can't do anything. A lot of landlords don't allow pools. They don't allow any of that shit.
No, they want fucking $1,800 a month for a fucking 2-bedroom house. Not even house.
With
a fucking
nothing
apartment.
included.
Upstairs apartment with no porch or anything. With one window. I just saw a fucking lady asking, like, literally $1,800 for a house that had one window in it.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't use an AC. So who
hell
the fucks
no.
want to be in the hot with that shit?
But yeah, they're ridiculous because that's why I'm not leaving my apartment unless they kick me out or rent goes up to a tremendous
or if
amount.
you buy a house.
Yeah, or if I buy a house. Because I see 3 bedrooms now and they're like $1,200-$1,300 a month. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It's not, I mean, yeah, you got it good. But I pay $1,100, but I can have pets. I have a
Exactly.
backyard. I have a fucking garage. I have a driveway.
Yeah.
Like, that's the plus.
Yeah.
But, like, most of these apartments are fucking disgusting. And they just paint over anything. There's, like, my apartment's not perfect, though. There's fucking mold in my bathroom. Like, I can visibly see the fucking mold.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's horrible to breathe in. Especially with the hot fucking fumes of the shower.
I know,
just fucking...
like, and do you have a vent?
A vent in my bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even have a vent in my bathroom.
Yeah, but the only thing I could say is that your rent is so cheap that it's like...
No, yeah,
who
I
the
mean,
fuck
I
cares?
my
Open your window up.
My sink is, like, from freaking the 1700s.
That's what I don't like. And your stove's old, too. I don't like that.
My stove, yeah, my stove is old, which is really annoying. But, I mean, whatever. I get, you know...
But some of
I
these
made it
places are
cute.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, you could buy a house and pay how much... Like, $800 a month for a whole house and be able to do whatever you want in it.
Yeah, with your mortgage payment?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
So our next segment, we're going to do Q&As.
But most of these questions were from our mom.
But most of these questions are from our mom. But thanks, Mom. What's one thing people assume about you that's totally wrong?
That I'm a nice person.
I don't think anybody assumes that.
Stop, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad.
You're not that bad.
What about you? What do people assume about you that's wrong?
The dog.
I know.
Probably that I'm a bitch.
No, because you are.
I guess that kind of goes.
You
Okay.
just act out when you around. I mean, that's how you're supposed to be. Like, if someone doesn't know you, you're not just gonna be a bitch to someone for no reason.
No.
But once you get to know you, you're definitely a bitch.
No.
Yeah, sometime. Most
What
of
do
the
you
time.
think people think about me and get totally wrong?
Exactly what you just said. People don't think you're a nice person, but you're actually an asshole.
I low key think the same for you. I feel like but like you're a bitch, but you're also really nice. And you're,
Okay, I'm
and
a
you're
bitch,
caring.
but I'm a caring bitch.
You're a caring bitch.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm not a bitch like that. I'm like a sarcastic, I feel like.
Okay, this follows up to our next question. What's something you love about each other but would never admit out loud? You go, bitch.
What do I love about you?
Yeah.
Okay, but when you're put on the spot to answer that question,
I get it.
well, recently at least you had some type of fucking motivation and determination, whatever the fuck you want to. Determination? What the fuck does that
Okay,
mean?
but, like,
Does
what's
that,
something
is that
that-
a word?
Determination?
It sounded like why did that like
Determination?
when I heard termination, I was just thinking about like
Extermination. Determination. Is that a word?
yes, it's a word.
Okay,
okay. Now we just sound stupid.
No, but it doesn't
sounded
sound
weird coming
right.
out of my mouth.
Determination. Determine.
Now we gotta Google
terminate
that
it?
shit.
No. Okay. Okay, while you do that, one thing I love about you
Is that I can mount on it above it?
is that
Okay, yes, determination is a word.
okay, good. Is that you This is so funny because
Is that you.
One thing about me and Allison is that we don't hug. We don't hug.
That's one thing you love about me, that I'm not affectionate, because I've
No!
never grown up showing affection in my
me either.
house.
Like I tell everybody, I didn't learn how to love, but I learned how to divorce.
Bro
No.
copied that shit from that
I
that
did,
song.
bro, and that shit is a fact.
Okay, but I like affection under my terms. Like, if I go to hug you, I want a hug back.
No, yeah.
But I also don't like rejection. So if I did go to hug someone and like they didn't want the hug, like
That's
I
why-
don't like rejection.
That's another thing. I'm gonna go off topic about like women and guys and like why men are always like, oh, we always have to make the first move. Because I think the same thing. Like, what if I go in for something and they don't want it?
Exactly, and I don't like rejection. Like, I really I'll be upset. Like I
Like,
can't
obviously-
control being upset about that.
And I feel like girls low key give men signs that it's like okay, or like just in general, like we give signs like when it's okay to be.
But
To
also,
do
I
something.
feel like now that we're older, we should have good communication with people. Like,
Yeah.
You should automatically, like, tell someone your boundaries. So
but
then
it
you
sucks
know.
because people don't do that.
No, because people cross your boundaries. Like,
Yeah.
okay, first of all, I don't even look huggable. So no, I've never really had an experience where someone comes up to hug me without me going to hug them first.
That's true.
Like, no matter what, I'm not like... If you were like Kate or someone like Mom tried to hug me, I'm not going to turn down the hug unless you guys are being idiots about it.
Yeah.
Then I might fucking just be like, all awkward.
Yeah, but like we've hugged probably a handful of times.
Yeah.
Since-
But we do
since
weird
we've been-
shit like cuddle up and shit and watch TikTok.
That's true.
Or
we,
like put our head on each other.
Yeah.
But like that's like, or hold hands and be idiots in the store.
Oh, here's a good question. Which one of your mom's boyfriends did you hate the most?
Oh, that's a tough one. Because I don't really like anybody. But the worst experience...
Are we gonna say their names? I'm just about to say their names.
about to say their names.
I didn't like Anson.
Okay, but I didn't know him, but from what I've heard, wouldn't have liked him.
No, you wouldn't have. I did not like Anson at all. Not one bit of me.
Sorry
liked him.
for the sprats if they're watching, but Jeff was pretty insufferable at times.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, like, obviously, like... I mean, if Tiana and Taylor are watching this, I mean, they kind of understand. Jeff did cheat on my mom.
Just...
I feel like those two together were just not... I mean, maybe in that, like... Because Mom changed when she left
him.
Jeff.
So I think he was just ruining her life, realistically. I don't know what it was behind closed doors, but Mom seemed miserable the whole time. And plus, I feel like he controlled everything in the house.
I don't know, he was good to me.
Okay, well, he wasn't good to me and Tiana.
He was decent. No, he wasn't.
And
But,
although me and
I mean,
Tiana
like-
were bad, you guys were also bad, and we did
obviously,
not...
we were all bad. Me
me
and
and Tiana
trouble.
really got the shit end of the stick, though. Realistically.
Well, obviously, realistically, yeah, you guys did. But we all got in trouble the same. Me and Tiana, it was like every time, like me and Taylor got in trouble together, me and you got in trouble together, me and Tiana got in trouble, you and Tiana, you and Taylor. Like,
Okay,
we
but
all got in trouble.
not for our own sake, but like for Mom's sake, I think Jeff Spratt was worse.
Yeah. And then, mind you, he cheated on Mom. He was cheating on Mom after Grandpa died.
Yeah, that
That's
makes it
unhinged
that just
as hell.
that makes him a horrible person. That just makes him a horrible person
Yeah.
in general, because if you're doing that, you're not a good person.
Because she was depressed, and, you know, obviously...
Like, why would you not be there for her?
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't
that's
like
just
Anson
it.
because there was one time that just made me not like him. He was fine at first because I used to hang out with, you know, whatever, because my mom wanted me to, like, be friends with his son or whatever. And this one time I was at their house, and me and Mom were sleeping over, and I was sleeping on the couch. And I told Mom, I said, I do not want to drink, I don't want to smoke, like, I don't want any of that.
Yeah.
I said, I'll have, like, one... He drank, like, Twisted Teas or some shit. I was like, I'll have, like, one Twisted Tea, but do not ask me to smoke, because he was, like, a big smoker.
Yeah.
And I told Mom, I said, unless you want to leave and go home, I'm not doing it. And she was like, okay. So then whatever, we get there, and I'm terrible under peer pressure. Like, you can peer pressure me into doing anything, besides, like, Coke and, like, you know, big things. But, like, small things like that... Like, I'll be peer pressured.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's like, we were there for, like, an hour and a half. We're playing Uno or some shit. And I remember I was drinking no, it wasn't even a Twisted Tea. It was a Mike's Hard. I was drinking one of those little, like, girly Mike's Hard. And he passed he was passing the blunt around. And I was like... No, like, he was trying to, like, you know, give it to me or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. And then a couple of passes, they're like, come on, Madison, come on, just do it. And I'm like, no, I'm looking at my mom, and I'm like, I don't want to do it. She's like, come on, man. Even my mom was fucking peer pressuring me. Fuck you, Mom. And she was like, just hit it. And they were all like, yeah, just hit it. So obviously I don't want to look like a fucking party pooper. So here I am, I'm hitting it. I took one hit, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I have... terrible anxiety. I do not smoke anymore because I get terrible anxiety and I have panic attacks, and it's just it does not help for anxiety for me or any type of pain at all in any whatever. So I hit it, and then it you know, like, it sets in very quickly. And let me say that he was not smoking I almost just said the pack. Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about?
The pack. Oh, that's hilarious.
So, he was not smoking, though, like, bad shit. Like, that, it was strong. And I remember it finally hit me, and I started tweaking. And I went into this man's bathroom and was sitting on the floor by the toilet, tweaking. And I was texting my mom, and I'm like, Mom, like, I am not good right now. And she, bitch, wasn't even answering me. I'm like, Mom, I'm not good. Like, I am tweaking in this bathroom right now. I told you I didn't want to do this shit because I knew this was going to happen, and I knew I was going to be a party pooper because I was either not going to smoke it and be a party pooper or I was going to... It was a shitty situation for me. But after that, I did not like him because no way a grown-ass man was peer pressuring me into a fucking smoking. Mind you, I wasn't even, like, 18. I think I was, like, 17 at the time. So, but then he ended up getting back with his wife. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I
Mom be going through it, bro.
Mom do be going through it. And that's definitely a reason why our relationships aren't healthy. Because
There's no honorable mentions for me because, honestly, like, none of them were really stood out to me.
No.
Besides Rob.
Yeah, Ron.
Honorable mention is Rob. Because I'm a Rob stan.
I'm a Rob stan all day.
Because
all day.
Despite whatever, I think he's a good guy.
I think
he's probably the best guy Mom ever met because everybody else has been little shit.
Yeah. I think that...
Sorry, Dad. I forgot you guys were even together since you guys...
Sorry, Dad. I know, for real. But I agree because Rob... we all have fucking issues, man.
Yeah, seriously. If you're a good person, I can probably look past just about anything. Besides, like,
Me
if
too.
you fucking murdered someone or something.
I don't know, even that, I might be like,
I mean, what was the reasoning behind that,
yeah,
though?
there's always a reason. I mean, if they deserved it, then... If you had to fight each other in a Walmart aisle, what item would you use as a weapon? Okay, let's start with the specifics first. What aisle are we in?
Okay, we're on... Gosh, it's hard, though. We're in the candle aisle.
No, not the candle aisle, because that's just too easy. It's
Okay,
gotta
but,
be
like,
it's gotta be an aisle
but
with
it's-
multiple different things.
There's, like, no aisle like that, though. You know, like, what do we have? Like, the toy section or the fucking...
We'll do the electronics.
In the electronics?
Because that's, like, something where, like, there's
okay,
not
well,
much
if
to
I'm gonna
grab.
rip out a fucking HDMI... Fuck! An HDMI cord, I'm gonna start fucking whooping your ass with that shit.
I don't know, I think I might rip one of the
iPads off and just fucking wail me over the head with it.
Wail you with it.
Okay, that's funny, but, like, realistically, if I was in Walmart in the whole store, I'd be running to the bats to whoop somebody with it.
That's true. I'd be like, hold on, I got something for you.
Hold on, I got follow me down here quick.
Follow me. I got something for you.
What's something... Oh, that's already been read. Which
here.
one of you would survive in jail and which would cry immediately? You'd be crying
Oh, I'd
immediately.
be crying immediately. I'd get put
Okay,
in handcuffs
I
and I'd
went
be
to
like,
jail.
"No!"
Not for a long time, but I was there, and that shit was not fun, so...
I will never do a crime that bad.
Well,
That bad.
the crime I did I didn't think was that bad, but...
Okay, you... you popped a guy's tires, smashed his windshield.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Bro, you
That's not
totaled
that
somebody's
bad.
car.
That's not that fucking bad, though.
Bro.
But you'd definitely be crying immediately.
Oh, I'd be crying immediately. Immediately. I would not last 2
I didn't
seconds.
cry immediately, but I was upset because the food was trash, bro. Like, I want some fucking good shit. I'm not about to sit there and eat that shit. I'm a fat ass.
I would cry.
I'm not trying to eat mush every day.
What's something that gives you the ick, but it's your own personality?
That's easy. That's totally easy. My own ick is that I'm fucking selfish. It's literally simple. And I have really... Sometimes don't have good communication skills. Especially if I'm upset, bro, I'm gonna fucking bring up anything that'll hurt your feelings, then feel bad, like, after.
Yeah.
Because I will hurt the fuck out of your feelings.
Unhinged shit, too. Like
Like,
whatever.
the deepest, darkest thing that you've done, and I know
And
about
you
it, you're
know-
fucked. You're done.
And you know that you're, insecure or, like, you know.
I'm hitting you where it fucking hurts.
I'm hitting you where it hurts, and I'm gonna be like, I'm
Depending
sorry,
on
I
what
didn't
you
mean
do,
that.
though. Like, if you've really fucking pissed me off, like, once, like, if we're arguing and you're, like, pissing me off really bad and, like, you're starting to bring my shit up, I'm gonna fucking bring up the most fucking fucked up shit that I know about you.
I think my ick is I get way too attached too quickly.
I mean, I could say the
friends.
same, but
Men.
not friends-wise. I don't really make friends like that, though.
I feel like I love everybody more than they love me. So then I overthink, and I always think that I'm being a nuisance, or I'm being annoying, or I'm doing too much. Which
I haven't heard somebody say nuisance in a minute, though.
Which, in reality, I probably am, because it's...
Okay, I wouldn't say it's you friend-wise. I feel like you have, like, a fucking attachment style that's...
I do. I have anxious attachment styles.
Yeah, I feel that, though. That's why I'm low-key that's why we're, like, toxic, though. Because, like, I would want my boyfriend to be around me all the time, and bro needs a break away from me. But I don't want that.
I don't want
I want to go, too.
But, like, I can... Okay, no. See, that's where we're different. I can do the break. You could...
I can't, because I automatically be like, oh, cheating.
I mean, like, yeah, I understand.
But it's just bad to get over that shit.
Yeah, I get it, because it's, like, whatever. But, like, at the end of the day, how I think of it is... How I look at it is... At the end of the day, whether you go with him or you don't go with him, or you look through his phone or you don't look through his phone, if he's gonna cheat, he's gonna cheat regardless. He's gonna find a way to cheat, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do. If you cook clean for him, you know, you fold his clothes, you iron his clothes, you pack his lunch, you are his therapist and everything else, and you help him through so much. If he is a cheater at the end of the day, he is going to figure out a way to cheat, and that's just how it is. So, I feel like you might as well just live life. That last part made no sense, but... So, our next segment, before we wrap things up,
I've got 2 Reddit posts
we're
here.
going to be reading some funny Reddit posts, and...
They're on a relationship advice.
Okay,
So I have 2 of them.
Okay, so we're gonna do that.
Alright, so the first one is, date smelled bad on the first date. Agreed to second date to see if it's different, but part of me is dreading it. Any advice? I wanted a date with a guy last weekend. He planned it out, which I thought was very nice. He was very polite as well. Throughout the date, I kept getting whiffs of a gross smell. Not like gas or anything like that, but a general dirty body smell. He appeared clean, which made me doubt it was him. When we sat down, though, it became very overwhelming and pretty obvious it was him. The conversation throughout the date was very minimal. I tried making talk and had a hard time getting much from him. I understand people get nervous and don't say much. I'm the opposite. After going to eat, he wanted to continue the date and see a movie. I feel bad at the point. I had it in my mind that I was no longer interested because the smell was so bad. I said maybe another time. That's fucked. He walked me to my car. We hugged. And here's the thing. I didn't smell it. So it wasn't his clothes. He texted me afterwards saying he had a nice time. I responded the same. I decided to give him another chance to see if it was maybe some weird fluke. We have another date planned today. Is it bad that I'm dreading the date? What if he smells like that again and wants to do something else like the first date? I went in super open-minded, but have realized we don't have much in common. The smell was a huge ruin for me, too.
Okay, what kind of... Was it his breath?
Well, she said it wasn't, like, on his clothes.
So it had to have been his breath.
It probably was, but, like, that's a big ick for me. Like, if your fucking breath stinks, like, immediately off the rip, like, I get it. Our breaths all smell.
Yeah.
Like, even some people, like, they brush their teeth and, like, fucking that shit. You need to go to the dentist. But still, like, I get it. Like, if your breath stinks, like, a little bit, it's one thing.
Yeah.
Not on the first date, though. Like, you better be chewing gum or something, like, get that breath smelling good.
Because
that's such an ick to me. Like, a nasty breath is an ick to me at first. Because, obviously, once you're comfortable with someone, like, you don't give a fuck. You ain't brushing your teeth every second to make your breath smell good after eating, like... I get that. But, like, if you stink in general, though, that's also an ick. Like, so I get it. Like, I wouldn't even go back. Like, okay. That's wrong. I actually probably would. But only if we had things in common. This lady's saying they don't have anything in common.
So, like,
but how does she know they have nothing in common, like, already?
I mean, I think you kind of know on the first date. Like, you just kind of get, like, the vibe of somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I always think, like, if there's not immediate some type of click...
Okay, let's put it in perspective as in, like, the date went well. Like, it went well and they have things in common. Just get him to shower and fucking start getting him to brush his teeth. Like, I mean, like, if it's good chemistry, like, I think you can get past that. We can figure out, we can figure out how to get you fucking smelling good.
Yeah. Because if it had to have been his breath.
Yeah, that's an ick, though. That's definitely an ick. If your breath stinks, it's just...
Yeah, because the first thing that I look at when somebody is, you know...
Is their mouth.
Is their mouth,
teeth.
automatically.
Because if you have a dirty mouth...
Yeah.
I'm not
if I see plaque up in that shit, bye.
Especially for a first date. You should not be having plaque in your teeth on a first date.
No. The prep should be going crazy.
You should be taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
At least that for that one day.
Because a first date is literally like the first impression. Like
That's the first impression
like,
I'm having of you.
It's like make or break. Like you make a bad impression on me, then I'm not.
Yeah.
You know.
And that'll always be my number one ick, though. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. Like, if your breath stinks, like, that, I've always said that. I even said that to Nate before we met. I'm like, if your breath stinks, like, I'm not having it. Like, I literally even said that.
I always think that, too, like, when I'm getting ready to go on a date with somebody, or, you know, that rarely fucking happens, but I'm always like, oh my god, what if their breath smells? Like, what if their breath smells?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what if they try to kiss me and I'm like, whoa.
I went on a date with a guy that stunk not long ago.
Not long ago, bitch. You've been with Nate for
Okay,
that long.
I forget that it has been a while, but Nate and I met on Tinder, but that night was not good.
Glad you were successful.
Our first date was literally at our apartment that we were just moved into. We had no couch, no furniture, or anything. Nate had to buy an air mattress for us to sleep on. I was hammered. I was calling him a million times. I was like, we don't have a couch. There's nothing in this house. I was like, when are you going to get here? I called him like 18 times within the time he was driving down.
And then I broke something in this back seat of his Jeep.
And we were walking around Walmart. He had no idea who we were, and we were just walking around being assholes and just acting up, and he was probably scared. He was probably like, what the fuck am I getting into?
And now looking, I guys got a kid together.
And now look at him. He's probably like, what the fuck did I get into?
Yeah, he probably still says that. But thanks, Nate.
Whatever. He's our manager.
I know, he's our editor.
He
our
edits
manager.
all of our shit.
He sets all this shit up, so everybody a round of applause for Nate.
Yay!
Our next one?
All right. I didn't read this whole thing, but it has a lot of comments. It says, unknowingly helped a girl cheat on her fiance.
Oh,
I'm a
nice.
30-year-old guy. I matched with a girl on Tinder, and we met one morning for tea. She was super sweet, cute, and told me she was only looking for a serious relationship. We hit it off right away and ended up going on a date 3 days in a row. We hooked up on the third date. Damn, bitch. I mean, I shouldn't really be talking. She lived 6 hours away, but often visited my city to see her mom. We stayed in touch almost every day for a couple of months, texting, phone calls, and FaceTime. She visited once more, and we met up briefly. There were real feelings involved. She even told me not to date other girls. Eventually, she ended things when she moved even farther away from her job as a nurse. It hurt, but I eventually moved on. Here's the twist. Months later, I was on Facebook and found out she was engaged for most of the time we were talking. She hooked up with me just 2 days before her fiance proposed. Damn.
So technically it wasn't her fiance.
I've never met the guy, but now I'm wondering, should I tell him? If I were in his shoes, I'd want to know. But at the same time, the thought of delivering such painful news makes me sick. What would you do?
So he didn't know.
He had no idea.
He didn't know that she had a man.
No.
I would tell.
I would tell too, especially if she
Yeah.
cut shit off.
Yeah.
Like, if you're cutting shit off, I'm telling your man then.
No, yeah.
I mean, either way, it's fucked. But, like, the shit's over, like, and now I know about your man, I'm telling.
Yeah, I feel like it would be one thing if he knew about her man, but, like, the fact, like, that she's grimy for that.
She is grimy for that. And then saying she wants a serious relationship when she's already in a serious relationship, and then proposed 2 days after.
Exactly. And he just said that there was strong feelings. Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
you're about to tell me that we were fucking and we were, like...
Obviously, they had something good going on.
Yeah.
I'm telling now.
Nope.
You just hurt me,
So
and now I'm going to, unfortunately, have to hurt your relationship that you had
couldn't-
going on.
Yeah, because I don't get to live happily ever
And
after.
and you not only lost... She didn't only lose this guy, because now he's done with her. But
Yeah.
she's about to lose her fiancé, too.
Yeah.
So that's her own fucking...
So
now
now
she's out
she's
of two people.
Yep.
So realistically, I'll have to say that I'd be telling.
Is there a part 2 to that? Did he, like, follow up or anything? How?
Let me
When was this
check.
posted?
7 days ago.
Oh, that's recent.
The first comment that, like, the most up-posted comment or whatever it is on Reddit, tell him, otherwise he'll marry her, have kids, then find out she's cheating on him. He'll be paying child support for years until the kids graduate college, save him from all the grief and financial burden so he can find someone who truly loves him. True.
True.
The person never commented back with anything. The person that posted.
Damn, hopefully we'll have to, maybe next week he'll have a update. And we can talk about that in our update. Well, that is it for this episode of Big Moose.
I'd say, like, this was more so, like, our dad can actually listen to it. Because he said he wanted to listen, and we didn't want to talk about anything crazy. So he
Yeah.
could listen. But I think, like, there's some good stuff on there, though.
Yeah, hopefully. Let us know how you feel about this. This was a little bit less unhinged than the last episode. That's probably what you guys want to hear.
Yeah,
but
I'm not feeling great from last night, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so, and I'm hungry, so I want to eat something.
Yeah.
And, yeah, well, thank you for watching. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Not Grandma, though. Grandma's still not allowed to watch.
Grandma's still not allowed
Because
to
we
watch
swear a lot.
it. Yeah, we do.
But alright.
Thank you, guys.
Big Moose out!
Big Moose out!
Big carbon hit like Mayweather. Tula come through and blow a hoe. Got millions out that rap shit. They hate a bitch, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back in coming. Fuck 'em, I stole the show. Don't run up on that bitch, she a